Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
I was trying to make my head come off of Tom Cruise's.
Oh, that was nice.
Come on, hey!
I thought you were on the Mission Impossible poster. I thought it was an optical illusion there for a second.
Oh, man, I love it.
That was brilliant intro there, Jeff. What is going on? It's your boy Preston, Phat Samurai Guy. We are back again. That's right, hanging out with the motherfucking Gear Brothers. That's right.
What?
Yeah, Jeff.
What?
And Darren back in the hazy. Oh shit! Oh, we doing it. Hadouken, Sonic Boom. That's right. I'd like some pound cake. That's right. Yeah, we're back again talking films. Sex Sumo's in the house. What's going on, brother? Let's start the ruckus.
Oh,
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, we're going. Hello, Phat Samurai Guy and the Gear Brothers. Thanksgiving review. Let's start the fucking ruckus. Everyone's excited.
The
Good to
ruckus has
see.
already been begun.
It's
bro.
been, yes, the ruckus. Just
Ruckus will ensue.
That's right. Anytime the Samurai Guy and the Gear Brothers get together, you know it's going to be a blast. And if you guys missed it, please check out our last video we did, podcast, where we just hung out. It was almost 3-hour video, I think. And just talked about horror films, and we went through all of Eli Roth's movies. We gave our opinion on all of those. We talked about him as a director and filmmaker. So if you guys missed that, please check it out. It's rare. I'd like to think I do good work, but it's rare that I would listen to my own podcast while I'm out and about, and because I'm always so busy. And I really, I'm sure once it's uploaded, it's good. I do it for you guys that watch, and as long as you guys enjoy the content, that's all that matters. But for some reason, I put that last podcast with us on it when we were all together, and I was listening to that. It is fucking fascinating. That last episode is great. If you go back and listen to it, Jeff and Darren.
Oh, that's cool.
Have it on in the background while you're doing stuff. Darren, put some in the kids' ears because we curse a lot. But it is great. We bring up some amazing topics.
Cool.
And it's like one of the. I was like enjoying my own shit.
Nice.
Usually, I'm just like, do it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go to the next one.
I'm the same way, Preston. Yeah. Once I don't think I've ever listened back to one. So if this will be the one I go back to listen back on.
I'll please.
Yeah. Let's raise some cane, dude.
Yeah.
Don't me, bro. Talk about raising canes. I know it's not the same one, but come on.
But yeah, that was like great. That was really good. Great. It
was a lot of fun. Yeah, we did 3 hours, and then I think we went off the air, and then I think we did another like half hour as we usually do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But hold on, before we start the ruckus and we talk about Thanksgiving, don't forget, everybody watching, this is a spoiler review discussion. Spoilers. What? Oh, shit. That's right. Woo-hoo. Yeah. Finally got my Blu-ray copy. One of my favorite. Yeah, man. Woo, yeah. Is it Blu-ray or DVD, sir?
Blu-ray,
baby.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Cooler than mine, though. Might be the lighting, but
yeah. The Retaliators. That's right. The Gear Brothers, if you guys are unaware, wrote this action horror fun flick. One of my favorites of the year. It came out. I had to get it on physical. When it came out way back in the day, I had to show some support and get it digitally. But we represent physical media here.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you guys get your copy. Amazon Prime, baby. That's right. Or if you want to watch it digitally, by all means, check it out on Amazon Prime. And it's still on Tubi, correct?
It's on Amazon Prime. It's still on Amazon Prime, and it's on Tubi. Yes,
okay,
sir.
Cool. All right, there you go. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. There you go. But speaking of disappointment, were we disappointed with Thanksgiving? After our Eli Roth discussion, we were all like trying to get together, trying to get the band back together. We're not on a mission from God. Right? Was it? I'll take four fried chickens and a Coke and some dry white toast, please. But
it would have been the perfect first movie for us to see in the theater too. That's
for sure. But scheduling and life, we couldn't do it.
I know.
We'll have to reschedule it, a hangout for sure in the future. But we had to watch it digitally at home. Did you guys see it in theater on your own, or you watched it digitally?
No, watched it digitally. Well, at least I did.
Yeah, digitally. Yeah.
Okay, digitally. All right. So now we have all seen it. Now we finally have the time to watch it. I mean, talk about it. Thanksgiving. Before we give our thoughts, Darren, plot synopsis for everybody watching of the film.
Yeah. So according to Mr. IMDb, after a Black Friday riot ends in tragedy, a mysterious Thanksgiving-inspired killer terrorizes Plymouth, Massachusetts, the birthplace of the infamous holiday.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
And you see this smile right here? Now, I don't know how Darren and Jeff are going to feel. They may be like, "Well, fuck this. Eli Roth was always a hack. I never was a fan of his." I mean, I don't know what I'm about to hear from these guys.
Opinions
first, yeah. This smile right here. I was sitting down watching it with the missus, and we were like giddy the whole time and just enjoying ourselves. And what's really interesting about this movie is I've come across non-Eli Roth fans, and they love this movie.
Yeah.
They enjoyed it. And now they're like, did I miss something? Maybe I missed his style of movie and his tone. Maybe it went over my head. That's why I didn't like it. So now they're going back to revisit Hostel and stuff like that. But this was definitely. Is this the most self-aware movie of his? Like winking at the audience, because it's pretty like I was not expecting this much dark comedy, really.
Well, here's
the comedic, like the outright comedic element of it,
right?
Yeah.
My take is this: that first of all, absolutely loved it.
Hey, all right.
Yeah. Absolutely loved it. I mean, just one of my top favorite movies of the year, without question.
Sure.
And what I liked about it, Samurai, is that I thought the comedy. I think Eli gets better and better with his comedy. I think his comedy chops and his dark humor gets better.
Yeah.
As he goes. So I think he's got that dialed pitch perfect now. Like he's just found the exact perfect tone. But what I love is that I think the movie is refreshingly unmeta. It is not it's winking in its humor.
Right.
And I think the whole movie as a whole is a big wink. It's one big wink to slasher fans and splatter fans, because it's like, what I love about it is I feel like you could, other than some of the technology in the movie, there's only a very little bit, that is a movie I feel like you could go into a video store, go in a time machine, go in a video store, find that title, rent it, and it would play identical. You've got the same sort of just freewheeling. It's the teenagers. It's the super gory kills.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was done perfectly to the art form of the slasher without it being like, hey, we're doing a slasher here, and here's the tropes we're playing with. I didn't feel like it leaned into that at all, which I loved. I thought it was and yet, weirdly, you still got a Scream vibe in there too. There was still a little bit of a Scream vibe, but not from the meta elements, more just kind of the mystery, I guess, the mystery horror elements. But yeah,
nice. Jeff.
Well, I was actually going to ask you, Preston, what were some of the things that you were thinking felt meta? What things felt meta?
Let's see. just just him putting on the Thanksgiving apron, making the dinner, stuff like
That's
that.
what you're saying.
You know,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that. Yeah, stuff like that was busting me up, man. Like it's like when you see stuff like that in the movie, you see your slasher antagonist do stuff like that. It's like he looks at the audience and he's like, hey, remember when slasher he's like, hey, I'm not having a seizure. I'm not having a seizure right now. Okay?
Right.
Like, hey, remember when slasher movies were fun, guys?
Yeah.
And that's the vibe I got.
Yeah.
For sure. And right in the beginning, oh my God,
Oh,
the Black Friday scene. This is one of the greatest scenes
Brilliant.
of last year.
It was genius, dude. Having the movie start off at it, because I had no idea going into it. Like,
me neither.
I didn't read a synopsis or anything, and as it was starting, I was like, okay, this is an interesting place to start. You know, Black Friday and all that stuff. But it was the kills in that sequence. I mean, they just set everything up for the rest of the film, and it never really lets up from that energy.
And
intro.
Yes. Eli opens up the movie with, you know, like a whole family get together. Oh, we got to go get some stuff. You know, everyone's sitting around chilling, and then it's just chaos in the store. Like Gina Gershon's cracking jokes early, and then later her scalp getting ripped off.
And dude, I gotta say,
chaos.
I lost $50 in the first 10 minutes of this movie because as I was sitting there, I watched it with my girlfriend, and I said, I was like, "Oh, Ava Mendes is in this." She goes, "That's not Ava Mendes," and I go, "Yeah, it is." And she goes, $50, it isn't. And I was like, "Okay." And she right away, we press pause on Amazon, and it's like, you know, Gershon. Gina Gershon.
Right.
Where
is Ava Mendes?
I always confuse her with Ava Mendes. I don't know. And I'm not the only one. I Googled it because I was like, I'm come on. I'm not like, you know, I can't be the only one out there. And I guess it is kind of a common mix up for people.
I would, you know, it's a different topic though. I would love to see her in a horror film in her own right, Ava Mendes.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, just chaos, and me and Lady Fat Blood were dying laughing. You know what? This Darren and Jeff, this is the test. This scene here is the test. You're either in or out.
Perfect way to put it. It's the test. It's the test because it keeps that same energy through the whole movie. So it's like if you're not down for that, you know, get out of here. There's nothing else for you here.
We were howling. With laughter.
And the dude's arm breaking, like, dude, I've never looked away so much at a movie. I just saw, you know, not too long ago, I saw X or Saw 10.
Nice.
And that movie was really hard to look at, but it was so visceral.
Yeah.
That's partly what made it hard to look at. But I wasn't laughing, you know what I mean? But with this, it felt visceral, but I was laughing my ass off at the same time, you know. And that's
it had that really fun splatter horror feeling and feel and tone, and where you simultaneously super gross out. There were just so many good kills, and kills were out loud. I did like I was like
satisfying.
But then where you were laughing too, you know, and truly in on the joke of it, you know. My favorite comedic moment was the cat was him coming back to pet.
Oh, that's the best. Going back to feed it.
Goes back to feed it, and then he pets his head. It was like, I mean, it was so good. That's what I mean by pitch perfect with the comedy. Like,
and
just that's enough. Totally pitch perfect.
Yeah, and that's legit too. Scene where the cat, you know, I have cats. Jeff has cats. Darren, do you have any cats?
I do. I have a cat. Yep.
Yeah.
I have
that is a cat. Oh wow, that is a legit real scene. Cats don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they don't care.
So where is he, buddy? And he just does that little like look, and you're like, okay, he's cluing me in. It's like, no, that cat ain't doing that.
And the poor security guard from
Yeah.
The beginning of the movie, this guy was cracking me up. He was like, "Fuck this." I wouldn't blame him. Fuck this. Fuck.
Yeah,
How do
he's
you
like,
how do you
"I'm outta here."
police this? And you're
Bro,
like,
I'd be gone so
it's,
fast.
it's like what was there like 2 or 3 security guards? I think maybe
Yeah,
2.
there were only two security guards. That was like you only had 2 security guards on.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
He didn't make
I
it.
think he.
Well,
I think he didn't make it.
that's one of the things that I thought Eli Roth, like, I just appreciated so much was that instead of the movie feeling like a satire poking fun at slasher movies or
Right.
or being some sort of inside joke on a slasher movie, instead I felt like, again, what felt so so kind of classic was he was doing classic satire. It's like Dawn of the Dead doing the the consumerism satire of the mall,
Right.
And you're watching this and you're like, it hit me. I'm sure, I don't know if it hit you, Jeff, and Samurai, where it's like, how is it? Because obviously one of the most ridiculous rituals in our culture is this Black Friday nonsense, and I'm sure it's been lampooned in some ways, but certainly no one has taken it to this extreme. And talk about just a brilliant ripe fruit just sitting there. Like, how is it no one's done this? And Eli Roth just completely delivered it. But it's it's like a classic satire rather than a self-referential. Instead you're just getting straight up. It's like, didn't it just feel like you're just like watching like Friday the 13th or something? I get that feeling throughout the movie.
Well, I think there's a distinction to be made here, because I'm starting to sense what you were getting on, Preston, about like there's still a kind of meta element to it. The meta element of like, but it's not a critique.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's more a meta element of like, dude, look at, like, this is how fun slashers are or could be. You know what I mean? Like that kind of meta. So it's still almost commenting on the slasher genre, but I feel like in a way more enthusiastic way than, say, the ones that try to kind of undermine itself. You know what I mean? Like through irony or something like that. This one was like,
well, it wasn't
preferential, but in a way that sort of like underwrites it instead of
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you get to the when you get to the John Carver house, and
holy shit, bro! When that light comes off,
dude, when you're in that fucking house,
I was gonna throw up, dude.
Well, right away, you're going, dude, we're going full fucking Texas Chainsaw, dude.
Yeah,
we're in full. Oh yeah,
oh shit,
the chick in the fridge. Well, dude, what about the woman in the oven? I mean, it's
dude,
one of the most brutal kills ever. I mean, that is just like, and the little fucking popper comes up.
Oh, but yeah, it's all ding. Yeah.
And and yes, there's the humor of like when the parsley's going in the toes and like
bro, that was the best.
And he's in an apron.
Yeah.
But when you carry it all the way to the table and it's fucking the cork in the neck and the fucking and the slice.
No good.
I mean, it's brutal. And I was as I was watching it, because obviously at a certain point it stopped, but because obviously this was an attempt, which I respected, and I totally hats off. I get that it was an attempt to like take splatter and grindhouse just as far as you could take it, but still keep it commercial. But for a second I went, oh fuck, is this thing going full hostile? Like, are we going all out? But it didn't go there. But I think smartly, because like you said, Preston, I think it's roped in new. I think he converted fans, and now they're probably more willing to go back, and hopefully they're up for a rougher ride, because this is a pretty tame Eli Roth. Very fun, but tame.
Well, that's the meta part, right? That's the he's like showing you, look how fun this is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, this is a really great genre with, you know, it's a rich genre, but like obviously if people are just doing hacky jobs at it, this is the way to do it.
Exactly.
Well, and I want to take back, I don't want to say tame. Here's the deal. The kills
are
brutal.
brutal.
Kills. Tame only in what Eli Roth certainly, one of the things he you know, like what he did in Hostel was he would take you somewhere and then push you beyond the realms of like comfort and like, oh my God, like what you could like, where you
sticks and stuff,
where you like have to look away, and where you're going, oh God, like where it's really hard to bear.
Yeah.
This was a movie where you could watch it eyes open, take it all in. You could show a non-slasher, non-splatter, non-gore fan this movie and maybe get them in. This could be like a gateway movie for people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of
brilliant.
It kind of has that vibe of, you know, another movie where I was just dying laughing at the violence was the ending of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It kind of has that vibe, right? Where it's like, it's fucking brutal. It's very visceral. But on the other hand, there is a kind of meta-ness going on here where it's like just almost shoving it in your face so much that it becomes funny. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's not a certain, but obviously there's very violent movies where no matter how much they shove it in your face, you're not going to start laughing. You're just, you know what I mean? It's like, you know,
yeah.
So you just have, it is kind of cool how you can have these expressions of violence in movies that where you can actually laugh at it.
Yeah.
They did recreate, I think,
that's
sumo. No, I think there's
I was wondering, I don't know if they did. Yeah, but
there's a decapitation in a parade, and that happened in the movie.
Oh, that was so funny.
I believe there's a woman on a table. I'm pretty sure now I could be wrong. About, because there was, I'm remembering there was like a couple. I think he recreated at least a couple of them, but
except
the fucking the turkey. that didn't make the cut. That's in the director's cut.
I also want to say too, I it's not just that the kills were so brutal too. I also really want to underscore that they were all creative and well earned.
Yeah.
Because that's what really, every time it was getting set up, you knew it was coming. You knew it was going to be brutal, but it did such a good job at keeping you guessing, like, oh, it's going to be there. Oh, wait, I guess it wasn't there. So he did a great job keeping one step ahead of you. Because I have to say, the one where I was like, where the fuck is this going? And when it got there, I was like, oh my God, this is going to give me nightmares forever. was the trampoline, dude.
Oh,
yeah, Sexy Sumo just said it, dude. I love it.
Well, here you go, Darren. What you were just saying. Here, look at this. Shout out to Terrence here. He goes, "Sorry, Mr. Chat, but Thanksgiving was fire, and I haven't seen any Eli Roth films ever." So there you go. This is the gateway.
That's the gateway,
baby. Terrence, go straight to Hostel.
Don't go straight to Green Inferno yet.
Or
no,
we don't know if you're ready yet.
No.
For that.
I would
build to that.
I would Cabin Fever after.
No, you know what I would do? I would truly, if I was talking to somebody who was indoctrinated through Thanksgiving, I would say do Hostel, because I mean I truly think it's one of the best horror movies ever made, modern classics, and then I would go Knock Knock. I think for a different flavor.
Yeah.
For a different flavor where it's thriller, it's Keanu Reeves, great performance, it's funny.
Yes.
It's super dark. It's got Ana de Armas, it's got Keanu Reeves. It's a much lighter than Hostel, and very different vibe from Thanksgiving, but I would kind of do those three.
It was free pizza.
Well, it's interesting you bring up Knock Knock, Darren, because as you know, because we've talked about it, obviously, I'm a huge Knock Knock fan
Yeah.
too. What surprised me the most when I started kind of digging more into Eli Roth's catalog, was that it is like his lowest scored movie, both on audiences and critics. I mean, his audience score is something at like 19%, which is
this.
it makes no sense to me.
I know.
I was totally in it the whole movie. I loved the ending. I mean, there wasn't anything I didn't really like. I knew he doesn't love Anna de Armas, but the one thing that I found interesting about Thanksgiving, it's not surprising to me that people are it's kind of a gateway for Eli Roth. Have you seen its Rotten Tomatoes score? I think it's his highest scored film that he's directed. Yeah.
Okay, good. And, well, it's well deserved.
Well deserved, and it's a hit. It's a theatrical hit, man. The movie.
If you're a fan, like, everybody, yes,
almost like 50 mil.
Sequel, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys are fans of dark comedy, we're talking like Heathers and shit. If you're fans of dark comedy,
Mall,
then you should be fine with Knock Knock there. But you go, John Carver is a new horror icon. I look forward to the sequel that's already in development.
It's already going. I could see it right here.
I love that they ended it that way. They're all there's no way he could have survived in there. You know, but they didn't like. It wasn't like Halloween where it's like he falls into a vat of lava and then like somehow comes back.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
No, they went full, and I love that. Cool. I mean, they went
more like Halloween 1. You know,
they went full Friday the 13th at the end, and I almost I want to pause it and go back. The face on Dempsey, I feel like they put, because his face is deformed from the fire. I want to say they gave it a little bit of the original Jason Savini, classic Savini face from the boat.
Yeah,
in the beginning, and it's that same kind of jump ending too.
Right.
And I mean, and that certainly you could consider that obviously a wink, you know.
Sure.
But again, you know, what I love is that it's all, again, it's played all straight, right? It's not like, it's not poking fun of itself, right? It's just like you said, Jeff, it's like, here's how fun, and you too, Preston, it's like, here's how fun slashers are. Here's how fun splatter is. Here's, you know, when you think about a movie like this that he brought into the mainstream, it's freaking crazy when you think about it, right? That this became, that this is the hit that it is, and it's
about time. About time we put some respect, back on some slasher genre's name. God damn it!
Yeah. It was real surprise. I was expecting, when I went into Rotten Tomatoes to check the score earlier, I was expecting like an onslaught against the movie from the usual suspects of reviewers, but it was. I mean, everybody was just saying how fun it is. You know, it was great. I mean, you still saw a couple of those reviews that were like, yeah, it's a lot of fun if you like gore and, you know, excitement and stuff. But
it's a lot of fun if you like excitement and stuff.
Yeah, if you like fun.
What kind of negative review is that?
Fun if you like fun, but
if you like fun, I guess.
I mean, I guess people go to the movies to have fun sometimes. I don't know. It's not my bag.
Oh, hold on here. Travis, guys, enjoyed the Retaliators.
Yeah.
Doing.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Travis.
Yeah. Awesome. I have a bad feeling about this because we have not seen or heard shit.
You know, there's been so much press about him being like, I almost wonder if it's ever going to happen, because I feel like that project's been like in limbo for a long time.
I don't know. I feel, because when you have a AAA, you know, it's going to be, this is a big budget franchise, video game franchise. Huge.
I've never played it.
So you know how studios can be. Eli, you want to do what in the movie?
Yeah, exactly. He's a pretty renegade dude. It might be hard.
I forgot to ask you guys the last time we hung out to talk movies. I totally forgot to ask you guys. I heard a rumor that was it the first Meg? I think it was the first Meg. He was supposed to do that movie, and it was going to be a hard R-rated movie, and then something happened. He lost control of it, and he was like, "Fuck you, I'm out."
Wow.
And then they made it a PG-13 movie with Joyce and Statham. But I heard originally it was supposed to be him doing the Meg.
Rainn Wilson.
Can you imagine with his dark humor and comedy and violence? That I would have enjoyed the Meg a lot more, guaranteed.
Yeah, I like the Meg, but yeah, it did seem
Have
like.
you heard? Did you hear that? I don't know if that's a real rumor or not.
No, I didn't hear that, but I mean, it would make sense. I think, you know what? I think it makes sense.
The Meg.
I still haven't seen it.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense because Eli Roth, didn't he produce the Piranha reboots, right? I think he did.
Probably.
Let's see.
But that may have been a false rumor, but I did hear, because I don't know if it was based off a book, and then the book was violent, but I heard he was attached at some point, and then you know how it is. If you don't give him control, he's gonna be like, peace out.
Yeah.
And
You can imagine a fucking megalodon, an R-rated gory megalodon with dark humor movie.
Totally.
Dude, that would have been epic.
But Blu-ray back in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Terrence. I just now seen that. Peace to you, Samurai and Lady Fat Blood. Whenever you post, I immediately watch. You guys are the coolest. You are the coolest, Terrence, for hanging out with us knuckleheads and stuff like that. Here we go. The Meg books are way better and are gory, dark, and see?
Yeah.
Dude, this is a missed opportunity.
I could see that.
So then he would have, it sounds like he would have been
He probably loved the book. He's probably like, oh, we got to do this.
Yeah.
You know, so.
No, he didn't produce the
Piranha.
But he had a cameo.
Oh, okay.
He had a cameo and I think that's why I had it in my memory. And he gets eaten, I think, by the piranhas, if I remember.
Thanks for spoiling it for me, man.
Spoiler.
Oh no, Ajay did the piranha. That was
Ajay.
Yeah. He did the first.
I enjoyed the first one. I didn't.
Yeah, the first one was fun. Yeah,
I heard the second one wasn't that good. Was the 3D double D or something like that? Or was
it was. I mean, watchable.
Was the 3D double? I think it was the 3D double D, wasn't it? Like literally,
yeah. But yeah, the first Piranha, we didn't think we were gonna like it, and we were busting up laughing.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
But back to the movie here. Chaos ensues. Our boy here, Dempsey's wife, Eva Mendes, gets killed, and it's gonna be an inside joke. But and it's just chaos. But the town that flourished with Thanksgiving love, things kind of died down after that. You know, we don't do that anymore in this town. But then now, killings have been happening around town, and now we have.
Okay, I do have a question.
I'm just now seeing the picture here.
I
love fucking hilarious.
I do have a question for both of you.
Sure.
How did the body get cut in half? That didn't seem clear to me. The car hits them as they're like getting over it.
You're talking about the hold on.
How'd that body get?
Do you have that
wrong one? That was the cook, wasn't it?
It didn't bother me at all. But at least
the cook. Her death was hilarious because she's running away, and then she gets hit by the car, and it just gets folded into the trash can like this.
Yeah,
and then the top comes down and cuts her in half.
So it's the force. It's the force of the car hitting the trash can.
Yeah, and the lid just cut her in half.
I'm not buying it, but I will buy it. You know,
it's silly. It's silly, but it's fun.
Look. I don't think it's fairly priced, but I'm gonna buy it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I wanted that. All the kills are so over the top. It's just kind of like we're not going for realistic
realism. No. That's what's great. Well, I mean, think about it, Jeff. When the guy's arm like snaps backwards, like as he's just like. I'm not looking at it from like I need it to make biological sense or something. That one just, as I was watching, that was the only one that stuck out to me. I was like, wait, what? How did that happen?
It's silly. Even my My wife laughed at that
The top. Okay, it's the top. I
because
got
it's
it.
kind of
Move
silly.
on.
Oh,
I
was
can move on.
laughing.
Now.
Yeah.
But yeah, our boy here, he lost his head. He was smart though. He's trying to get out of town at least.
He
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
He was at least trying to get out. But you know, typical slasher genre plot synopsis style. We have our mystery killer here, and now all these younglings here.
Just curious, did you guys know it was who it was the whole time?
No.
Oh,
No, I did
really?
not. No.
No.
Wow. Okay. I knew it was him the whole time. I don't know
I know.
why.
I jumped
It
around.
figures. It figures Darren would know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I jumped around.
We had 2 red herrings. The
We
movie
did.
gave us 2. The boy, the new tall boyfriend, he was
It's
a red
the other
herring.
Okay.
And
That's
then the
right.
one boyfriend that broke up
Bobby,
because
yeah.
he tried to be a hero because of his girlfriend, and it went horribly wrong for him, and his football days were cut short.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him being a football star, but he was gone for a long time. He came back and acting very strange. So we had two red herrings there. But yeah, Dempsey was great, and I can't wait to see what he brings to the sequel. But you know, our younglings here are getting sent messages on social media of all the killings. They're all getting tagged every time there's a kill.
John Carver.
Yeah, it's
I
hilarious.
didn't notice that touch. That is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, it's so funny. So funny.
John Carver.
And the movie did a great job of making some of these douchebags ridiculously unlikable right in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Like right in the beginning of the movie. Not all of them,
I
but
couldn't wait for
some
the
of them
guy
were.
with the. I don't remember his name in the movie.
That
There was one that
filmed
was way douchier. Yeah. He was like
Yeah.
the biggest. I
Yeah.
couldn't wait to see him killed.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, yeah, kill that dude.
Yeah. And we got corn on the cob deaths,
I love
attacks
that
in the
scene.
ear.
That was great.
Very creative kills, man. It's all
Yeah,
about the
great
creativity.
But I loved it too because when that corn on the cob happened, I remember my girlfriend was like, "That wouldn't kill them," and I'm like, "She's not dead yet."
No.
Her fucking eardrums just got punctured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just getting started. And,
The
and going
sound-
back to you, Darren, of the whole Friday 13th homages, you know, breaking the head and twisting it all the way around.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
You know, that was fun.
hilarious.
For sure,
Dude.
So
Oh,
good.
What cracked me up was the
Great.
the gentleman on the left here.
he was
Everything that happened with them two trying to investigate and do what they needed to do all happened perfectly, and in a way, realistically, it happened realistic because the guy's like, he just grabs a random gun. You don't even know if he knows how to use it, and he's just like, "What do I do?" He's like, "What do I do? I don't know what to do." You know, because everything's blood splattered everywhere.
Yeah.
Their friends are dying. He's freaking out. I was like, "Well, dude, you know, she's been telling you the whole time, like, stop. You know, let's take our time investing this." You know, and he's just running in there, and it was just like, "Yeah, that's about right. He's not John Wick. He should be freaking out and being useless."
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we got our little final girl moment, of course, at the end there. Did you want the finale to be a little bit longer, or it was perfect, Darren?
You know, everything felt very lean in the movie, and I liked it. You know, I didn't
Yeah.
want. I'm a fan. There's so many movies these days that are so long, and so I am a fan when a movie can just get in and get out. And it struck me. It's funny when it faded, when the camera backed up. I'm like, whoa, they got out of there like really fast. I thought that, but I was like, you know what? We know where it's going. We know the kind of ending we want. We want to have the you know, again, it played it very straight. Like we know this is going to be a Friday the 13th ending. Jason's not going to be dead. There's no way. And let's have it. Let's why are we going to fuck around and, like, you know, play around like that's not going to be the case for another 5 minutes? Like, let's just do it. So I just didn't mess around. I like that.
I would say I don't consider it a criticism, actually. I've only seen the movie once, and usually I have to see movies multiple times,
Right.
especially if I really like them. So this is one I'm definitely going to be seeing like 2 or 3 more times in the next year at least. And it did feel like I had to crack it back a number of times because it does move so quickly.
Yeah, it's
It's so lean
Yeah.
that, I was trying to like, it was more of a circumstance where like I'm trying to eat my dinner, and it was like a very like look at your food kind of dinner.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'd be like, like, oh shit, wait, what? I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Babe, who's that?" And then she'd be like,
Yeah.
the da da da. So she wasn't having a hard time tracking it, but I knew, because I was like, oh, I have to really be watching, watching every little second, or else I could see something vital kind of fly by. But I don't think of that as a criticism. That's
No,
just,
no.
we got to see it again, and then
That can add to a rewatch value.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
when they move
In
nice
fact,
and
all of my favorite movies, I didn't get even close to everything the first time I saw it.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
So
What a slasher movie that doesn't talk down to the audience, that trusts the audience to keep up. What?
yeah, I mean,
A
no,
horror movie that doesn't have like 5 billion exposition scenes.
Yeah.
Like, you just have a scene. You just had a scene. You just
Yeah.
showed it.
Yeah.
And literally 5 minutes later, you're talking about it, explaining to the audience again. It's like, dude,
I know.
stop treating your audience like they're idiots.
Absolutely.
Right, because it makes you feel like you're rewarded once you put it together, as opposed to just everything being spoon fed to you. So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Patrick Dempsey. What else is I can't think of anything.
Well, Can't Buy Sexy Sumo just hit it. Can't Buy Me Love is
Can't Buy Me Love.
one of the best 80s, one of the best 80s classic 80s love stories, like love romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Classic teenage movies. It's awesome. Great movie.
Never seen it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I know about it though.
Yeah.
Of course, Sumo's seen it. He rubs it in my face all the time.
Bro, I grew up on You Got Mail, bro.
Of movies I haven't seen. He rubs it in all the time.
It's a good one. It's
I
a
got it on
very
4K. Sumo will have Thanksgiving on 4K before I even hit purchase when it's released. He'll already have it, and I'll get a message. You're like, yeah,
I got my
got it already.
I got my first 4K purchase this Christmas.
There you go, Darren.
nice.
Your,
Oh yeah.
represent
Oh sweet.
your movie, buddy. That's your movie right there.
Yeah, Manhattan, baby.
Manhattan, dude.
Oh,
This is my
love
first
it.
4K purchase. Now, Samurai, we're not going to talk about this right now, but are you're on my Instagram and stuff, so you've seen how many times I've seen this movie, right?
Yeah, we talked about it in the last podcast. You were wearing the
we
shirt.
did?
You wore the shirt. Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny? I almost wore the shirt again today, thinking it would be my first time wearing it. So I'm glad I didn't.
Well, if you think about it, the last time we hung out was like way last year. So it was like,
Yeah.
you know,
Too long ago. Yeah. But
okay. Rubbing it in chat. Already rubbing it in on me.
Sexy Sumo's not happy you haven't seen Can't Buy Me Love.
You should know me by now, Sumo. Do you think I would really watch that? But
you know what? I will say there are certain movies. It's like John Hughes movies.
I do enjoy those. I like those.
So I was gonna say John Hughes movies break the mold. It doesn't matter what genre. It could be love story, romantic. It doesn't matter. They're amazing. They're epic. They stand the test of time. Can't Buy Me Love is up there with. I don't know if I'd say it's as good as a John Hughes movie, but I would say it's up there as far as entertaining.
All right.
It's an entertaining. It's a fun 80s. It's a very fun 80s movie.
Well, Darren is selling it to me, so I'm gonna put it in the queue for sure. I'm putting it in the queue. But back to the movie really quick, and then we'll have to rate it and wrap it up for tonight.
Oh yeah.
The big reveal. The big reveal. Basically, Darren, tell us the finale and why the killer was killing.
That looked like Darren.
Darren, you're in the movie, brother. Darren's in the movie.
So the killer was Patrick Dempsey. I don't know why I knew it was him the whole time, but that was kind of the fun of it. I was like, oh, it's totally it's the cop for sure.
Was it the cafe scene in the beginning?
You know what it was?
The cafe scene with him and the other cop talking about the holiday.
Maybe that's what it was. Typically whenever it's a whodunit, I just go to who is the least likely that they're trying to keep you off of. And it's 99% of the time that's who it is. So because they were focusing on Bobby and the other guy, I just went, oh, it's probably Patrick Dempsey, you know. But it was part of the fun. I mean, I was enjoying it, and I was following how he was editing it and making it plausible the whole time. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Like it was all very, you know, it was he was keeping the plausible deniability going, but it was very tight. You know, it was funny. So anyway, yeah. The big reveal was this was his. And I wasn't clear if Gina Gershon was he was having a secret relationship with her.
Yeah,
it was a secret relationship. She was pregnant. They were in love. She was killed. And so he snapped and became obsessed with everybody involved with the riots and planned the big revenge for the
definitely had a little bit of the Jaws vibe where, you know, keep the beaches open kind of vibe.
Totally.
People are trying to constantly close this store and everything. And he, you know, her father, the final girl's father, is like, no, we got, you know, keep it open and stuff.
That's a good point. That is very Jaws. Yeah.
Gotta keep it open. Yeah, gotta make the money, keep the town alive. You know,
everybody's getting it, baby. Yeah. Everybody's getting it. Yeah, he's on Carver's list. They're on Carver's list. But I think one of my favorite scenes, of course, you know me, I'm a gore hound. I love the gore and I love the comedy. But one of my favorite scenes is when the reveal happens in the cop's office. That was some really good suspense building there.
Wasn't it? Because I didn't know. And they're all alone, or I guess I did know. Did we know at that point in the movie? I can't remember. Oh no, because we know when she looks at the shoe,
right?
Yeah,
and then then it starts flashing. I was like, oh shit, how's she gonna get out of this?
Yeah, that was good.
And right out of Alfred Hitchcock's, you know, the Rear Window, where the killer just comes in the door.
Slow,
turns and shuts the door slow. He's like, well, I gotta do this now. You found me out. I didn't want to, but you know, so
it was very very satisfying, the whole thing. And then you knew the exposition dump had to come there. It was like, well, why? And thankfully he told you. It was like, well, here's why. It's like, okay, here we go. Yeah, I mean, it was, again, it hit all the marks that you wanted it to hit, you know.
All right. Was there anything before we rate this bitch? Is there anything else? Negatives, positives, anything we missed about the film?
I think making any complaint with a movie like this would be kind of foolish. I mean, I don't think it's meant to be taken seriously on any level. It's pure entertainment. I think good point is I think it was you, Samurai, that said it. You watch it up to the Walmart scene at the beginning. If that turns you off, turn it off right there. If it doesn't, if you're in, the whole thing is just a pure ride from then on out.
Exactly.
Yeah. I also think it's like I love it because the movie doesn't feel like it's pushing messaging to you. It really is a thrill ride, and I think the success of the film is just more proof that there is an audience for that kind of entertainment.
Yeah,
it's alive and well, and they're hungry, man. They'll eat it up. Just put that turkey in the oven, and
we got here. PhatSamuraiGuy is the background sound to my life. Always listening, always enjoying, and always learning. Oh, look at that. Well, I think you'll learn more from my guests than you will from me. But I appreciate you, Kevin. Thanks again for listening, man. What? Retaliators on Pat's Tubi watch list, baby. Woo! That's right. That's right. Yeah. For sure.
Let us go on our Instagram. Let us know what you think. We're at the Gear Brothers.
There you go.
Or Nzeru.
Good to see you.
I tried 3 times. I'll stop now.
But now it is time. It is time to rate this. And you here on the channel, if you guys are new, C is average, and we can do the pluses and the negatives. But C is average. We'll start with Jeff. Oh, we're gonna have a first here. I'm gonna start it here with my brothers. First here with our martial arts and action movies in the Movie Dojo. We rate the movie, and then we also rate the action. For the first time, let's do it right here with the Gear Brothers. We're going to rate the movie, and then we're going to rate the gore and kills.
Ooh,
So there you go.
And this is a grading system. This is A through F. Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yes. And C is average. So we'll start with Jeff. Jeff, what do you give Thanksgiving? The movie and the gore, the kills.
I will give the movie a very, very Viagra riddled solid A.
F minus. Okay, I got it.
Big ol' A. Big ol' A.
All right.
And I will give the action an A+.
Okay, there you go. Gores and kills for gore and kills, A+.
Subject to change, but it's my first time seeing it.
Right.
You know,
Right.
You gotta, yeah, but that's it. Yeah.
Darren.
Well, you can definitely tell that we are brothers because those are my exact scores.
Hey.
The movie is an A. I would say for what it is, right? If for what I'm not, I don't want to put a caveat in front of it. It as a slasher, as a splatter movie, it is an A splatter movie. It's an A slasher. Period.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
I would say it's a. This will probably be one we'll look back on. It will be a classic as we go on. And I can't wait for the sequel. It's going to be awesome. And then, yes, I would say extra effort, extra love, and TLC was put into the gore and into the practical effects. And I'd go A+. Absolutely. They crushed it.
All right. All right. Well, I'm going to give it an F- because, you know, if you like fun, you might like it.
Yeah.
But I don't like fun or excitement, so But no, dude. Y'all know y'all know me. You know I love slashers, and for a modern day slasher film that was released in theaters everywhere and did well.
Yeah.
Dude, that's not part of Scream or anything like that.
Unreal.
Dude, it's like its own thing. I mean, I gotta give the movie an A-, baby. Gets an A-, and the kills and gore get an A.
Yeah.
On the old Samurai Guy.
Nice.
Yeah. A's all around. That's right, for sure. Yeah.
All A's. Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to buy it in 4K. There we go. Kevin says, just started following you on Instagram. Can't wait to see what the Gear Brothers do.
Thanks.
Next. Yeah, man. So y'all know what you need to do. Get your copies now. That's right. Buy it. Represent. Keep supporting independent cinema. And you know, I could talk to these guys all day. You got 3 hours. You know.
I know.
You know, 3 hours. I think we would have kept going.
No, we just got started.
I know. You didn't ever shut us up.
I think Darren just physically was like just tired, but he still wanted to talk, but his body was
I think I was physically falling over at a certain point.
Me too. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man, but it's always a blast talking to these guys. Let's throw it up for the thumbnail, baby.
Woo!
Yeah. Ooh, I gotta post that. I'll send it to you guys too. You post that, have some fun.
Yeah.
And hey, check out Thanksgiving and the Retaliators. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all that stuff. Follow the Movie Dojo podcast. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna be hanging around with We're gonna be right next to each other. I'm gonna be hanging out with director Billy Hansen from Bone Cold. We're gonna be doing another Yin Yang review episode. I'm gonna bring you guys on the next one. We review 2 movies that are complete opposite just for fun.
Ooh,
And we're doing 2 Clive Barker films tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep watching movies, represent that slasher genre, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, guys.